Finding a good real estate property is essential to running a good short-term rental business. Here's how I do it. The first thing I do is identify my revenue goals. What's your budget? How much you're going to spend? How much you're allowed to spend on the property? You need to identify what your budget goals are going to be to determine how much you can spend on a particular property. When I'm looking for a real estate property, I make sure that I use tools like AirDNA and other analysis, my own market data to be able to assess a property to determine if it's going to be a successful STR or MTR for my business. So I'm looking at how much are homes in that area making on average. Are other short-term rentals in that same area successful? I'm using that analysis to determine what kind of property I need to find in that area and if it's going to be a successful one. Another critical component to finding a successful rental property for your short-term or mid-term rental business is talking to people. Yes, having a conversation with people, your friends, people in your network, posting on social media. I don't know why people who start businesses don't post on social media. Share your content, share your goals and your vision so that your friends, people in your network will actually understand what you're trying to accomplish and maybe even have some nuggets or some gems or some connections that you might be interested in to secure the property for your business. So when I'm looking for an investment property, I certainly have a checklist of requirements that I'm looking for. First and foremost, it's got to be safe. That means everything's got to be working in a safe order in the house, and it has to be in a safe area. It's also got to be attractive and nice looking, right? Who wants to stay in an ugly property? Not me, I certainly wouldn't. So it's got to look nice, it's got to be attractive because that's what I'm going to use to market to other guests and people that want to stay there. Again, it's got to be in a safe area. That's one thing you can't change about the property, where it's at. So if it's in the ghetto or a rough part of the neighborhood, stay away. Another critical thing that's on my checklist is the property has to effectively serve my guests, right? I say it all the time. You need to identify a guest that you want to serve and then find a property to serve that guest. So if it's a house that's near a railroad and my guest is a traveling nurse who needs quiet at night to sleep, that property is probably not going to be the best property for my portfolio. Where do I look for properties to invest in? The first place I look is in my own backyard. No, literally, I look out in the backyard and around my own neighborhood. Why? Because those properties are within reach, right? If I'm just starting my business and I'm learning, something goes wrong, I can quick and easily access those properties and fix the issue, right? This is critical when you're first starting your business. I always tell people and recommend start in your own backyard, start in your neighborhood. You really know that market already, and it's the perfect place to make mistakes and fix them fast and touch your properties if you have to. Another reason why I look in my own neighborhoods or my own backyard is because I can build connections with people in the same area. It means that I can find cleaners nearby. I can find and build relationships with maintenance people. These are all people that are gonna be a part of your team, right? That you're building to operate in your business. So reach out to a cleaner, build a relationship with them, and that's how you build a team of cleaners. Reach out to maintenance people, your plumbers, your electricians, build those relationships and build your team locally so that you can rinse and repeat and do the same thing in another market. Another thing I'm looking for, because remember, I'm utilizing the arbitrage strategy and also co-hosting or management. So I'm looking for easy property owners to work with, right? If you got somebody that's a jerk or is not really pleasant to work with, I am gonna run. I don't wanna work with that person, right? Because they're the property owners or they're the client that I'm providing a management service for, and that's gonna be part of our business. That person is gonna be part of the business. So if they're a jerk, absolutely not, it's not the right property. Some specific features that I look for in the property when I'm doing my inspection are these things. Comfortably spaced rooms are really important. Obviously, we wanna make sure that we can maximize space in each room so that people that are staying there are comfortable. So if I got tiny rooms and I can only fit tiny beds, the property's not gonna work for what I need it for. Also, if it's freshly remodeled, that's a plus. New updated amenities and features mean that the property's been cared for and that things are gonna work for a long time. I also love hardwood floors and hard surface floors in my short-term rentals. This is huge. You're gonna have so much traffic in and out of your short-term rentals. Things like carpets and rugs are gonna get torn and shredded really fast. Spots and stains automatically translate to a dirty space, and you don't want that. So floors that are easily cleaned, not carpet ones, but like hardwood, laminate, tile, things like that, are super essential to making sure that your space looks good over time. Finally, during my inspection, I don't want to see any extra friends, right? What do I mean by that? Bugs, roaches, rats, things like that. If I see one of those things, I'm out, it's over. That probably means that there's a lot more that you haven't seen in the house, which is going to equate to a big problem for both you and your future guests. So rodents, if they already have the place, let them have it. Some things I watch out for when investing in real estate is if a deal is too good to be true, then it probably is. An example of this is a property that has significantly low rent compared to its market value or surrounding competition. That probably means that there's something significantly wrong with the property that they're trying to hide. I also avoid any deal that has limited or no documentation. If you're going out and making a real estate arrangement or agreement with someone, a client or property owner, there has to be documentation in place that clearly outlines the roles and responsibilities of both or all parties, as well as the rules and regulations and responsibilities associated with that property. So if there's no documentation, it's no deal. So all of that is what I look for when I'm looking for a property to invest in. Honestly, it has to feel good. It has to fit my guests and serve my guests well. And it's gotta be safe, gotta be pretty. Kind of pretty is okay. And it's gotta be a property that I know is gonna be successful for my portfolio. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michael Crockett. I've been investing in real estate over the last 6 years. I built a 6-figure short-term rental business in just 14 months. And I'm hoping by all this content that I'm giving you guys that you're understanding what it takes to build a successful short-term or mid-term rental business yourselves. If you like this content, please like and subscribe to the video. It helps me continue to create content like this for you, and I appreciate it.